Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it on a Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. We got a good one for you. On this Tuesday, we have a special guest in studio. We'll introduce her in a second. A lot of you know her, and I'm happy that she's finally found her way to our humble little station. 402-464-5685. You're going to have questions today. You're going to have comments. Lock them up. Get yourselves ready. Hit us with a WhatsApp on the Starter Heyman text line. Don't yell at us from the rafters. Don't hit us with a drive-by. Actually engage in the conversation, and then we will make you a part of the conversation. You can follow us on the Starter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live. You can see what's going on in studio. We got better looking today. There's no other way to put it. So, yeah, this would be a good stream day for you. Jay Foreman, if you would please, let them know about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese special ingredients and butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. Every type of meat, every type of cut.
It was Tomahawk Friday. Jay didn't cook it, but we're
too cold, man. You gotta have the right temperature when you cook a tomahawk.
After what you gave us yesterday, the setup is
ready. Just Mother Nature participate. But I see it's gonna be warmer in a few days, so it's gonna be on and popping pretty soon.
Everything's warmer than right now.
That is true.
This is not.
Today's better than yesterday, though.
This is not my weather. This is not it. I'm not here. I'm not here for it. So, again, in a full day, we'll talk. There's big news, coaching movement around the NFL. We're a couple of days from some combine work and some Senior Bowl and some of that. And then we're 2 weeks from, the greatest sports day of all sports days, which is Super Bowl Sunday. And we'll talk about that and how we got here. But first, let's introduce our special guest. She has been a special guest to this show and to this station. As a matter of fact, I told her this. I hope I told her this, that I was grateful that she helped us get through the pandemic with information and being available and calling in and actually adding to the conversation. And as we learned more about marketing, branding, NIL in this space, Frances Reimer has actually helped us out and gave us information. She's a homegirl. Now, she's a Wyoming native, but she's from the DMV. So now there's three of us in here from the DMV. We're claiming it. Frances, thank you for stopping by. Thank you.
Guys, thank you for having me. My pleasure being here.
Let the folks know a little bit about the history. So let's before we get into the professional stuff. Wyoming cowgirl. Right, like that's
yes.
that's a legitimate. Like you're a boot and cowboy, and that's who you are.
Yeah, born and raised in it.
What part of Wyoming?
Cheyenne is home.
And
where is that?
In the southeast corner of the Equality State. It is the capital of the state of Wyoming.
It's not Laramie?
No.
I just figured that's where the university
county.
Okay,
the city of Laramie is in Albany County, where that's where the University of Wyoming is.
Yeah.
I made my way to Lander, Wyoming for a weekend. Rough. Oh, let me tell you about your people. They met us at dinner and said, "Oh, now we have 19 black people."
Well, at least they were friendly.
Yeah. Brandy, you could have took a picture.
Yeah, right? They rolled them off like this. Yeah, one's a policeman. We've got somebody at the post office. We've got
the Sesame Street.
Oh, they went. I was like, this is spectacular. I was like, this is amazing.
I'm very happy that they were very nice and warm and welcoming. That's good.
They were super kind. I have a forever invitation to go back. As a matter of fact, I need to go. I'm going back next year.
They're begging you to
for
come
the
back.
next event. Yeah, well, we need
to get it to 20.
Need that brother count.
Yeah. I mean, it is home to the Wyoming State Women's Penitentiary. So
I was told be careful where I went.
That's right. A lot of love after lockup over there.
Well, and I was a brother wearing cowboy boots in Wyoming. So
they don't care. They would have taken you in Crocs,
some
cowboy boots. You could show up in some slides. Those ladies would be like, hey.
They were happy to see me. Yeah, we will say that. We will say that. So how do you end up, where do you get your love for sports? Where do you get?
That's the number one question I get asked, because I did not play sports. I quit sports in like junior high. I ran track and was actually pretty decent at it. And I was like, man, I got an 86. I'm a theater kid. I was a
singer.
I was a singer. I was on team. I was in student government. That was my jam. But my older brother, Michael, was a basketball star growing up. And I think, like, when you have an older brother, they control the remote and they control what is watched on television when our parents were away. But even when we were around extended family, it was sports, sports, sports. My papa and my brother would sit and do the lines of sports every weekend on their football games. And so it just always surrounded me. And then I married a football player and divorced a football player. But sports has just always been around me. I think it's just the vibe. Like, I'm an extremely uber competitive person. And so I think I just vibe with athletes because there's something in your gut that drives you to get up, work out, do this, train, manage your diet. And I respect that. I come at it from a more intellectual space, but I respect it.
I was going to have our buddy, Dan Swanson, deliver some wine, because I know I promised you wine. So you're here for another day, right?
I'm here this evening and then back over to Omaha.
Okay, so we'll work on that. We'll work on that, because I was like, look, I owe Francis several things. So we're gonna take care.
The list is long and distinguished.
I know, but this is in this space. So your ability to reach out and to get into spaces, you travel around the country and you speak to teams, universities, colleges, etc.
Yeah.
What's the main message when people send up the bat signal for Francis? What are they asking for?
They're really just trying to educate young people, or educate their coaches, or educate their staff about what all of this is. Brand gets thrown out all over the place like it's monopoly money, but nobody really knows what it is, what it means, what are the real ramifications of not managing your brand. Is there a tipping point where you're just so awesome that being stank with your brand doesn't matter? A lot of people are just confused about that. And as we're living more and more of our lives online, managing your own narrative to matter more and more. And for a lot of these young athletes, this is not just a moment in time for them. This is the rest of their life.
Right.
And so teaching them how to manage their brand is now just as important as teaching them how to manage their money, or manage their diet, or manners, or rule of law. These are all becoming branding is becoming a necessary skill. A lot of people think they know what that is, but a lot of people can't teach it. And so when they send up the bat signal for me, it's me coming in and actually teaching it.
Who's more? Sorry, Jay. Who's more difficult to reach with your message? Coaches, who are the grown-ups, who are supposed to be the professionals, or the young people sitting in the chairs looking at you with big eyes, trying to decipher?
The coaches.
Yeah,
I love them. But some, it's really amazing. Some who I don't think are going to get it, take it, and they run with it. Because I think they were just waiting for somebody to give them the permission to step into their light. Because, anybody who's been on a coaching staff knows if you ain't the head coach, you follow behind what the head coach wants to do. Mm-hmm. And now we're living in an environment where recruitment is your ticket up the ladder. If you want to make it out of high school, into the college, up into the pros, that recruitment and that ability to grow and get people behind you is your ticket, right? And before, it was if the head coach said, if he was all Bud Kilmer and he was like, what I say goes and this is what it is, you had to fall in line. But now all of these position coaches need to build up their brands, build up their visibility, because kids want to be recruited by a brand, by a person. And so now they're building it up. So some coaches have really taken my teaching and have run with it. And some have dug their heels into the ground and they spit my name. They hate me when I walk into the room, because every coach is like, I didn't get into coaching to be a marketer. I got into coaching to coach. And I get that. But guess what? That end line at the end of your job description, other duties as assigned. Yo, this is other duties as assigned. And you got to get with it. So coaches are a little bit harder. No, these kids, this is like ducks to water. They hear it, they feel it, they want it, they take the education and they really do run with it.
What's the earliest age you would advise? Obviously, it's based, I mean, a lot of it is how good they are, but just say you're a, 3-star recruit. I don't know. That's pretty. At what's the earliest age you advise somebody to start taking their brand serious? Because I think the earlier the better, but you're the expert, so I'm asking.
Well, so there's the intellectual in me who cares about cognitive development and mental health and that sort of thing. And then there's the marketer in me that wants to make the sale, wants to grow. So the youngest client I'm willing to take on is 8th grade. That's as young as I'm willing to take on. Now, have I had inquiries from parents younger than that? Yes. Me personally, I just think 8th grade, one, there's debate amongst psychologists and therapists now that they think being on social media before the age of 13
I saw that,
arrests cognitive development. And so there's that. So for me personally, my line in the sand is I don't care if you're the next second coming, 8th grade is the lowest that I will go.
We're gonna put a pin there, and that's a great point, because a lot of fear and concern in this space when it comes to parent, coaches, etc., is that NIL reaches high school and it just runs amok. We'll ask Francis about that. What should the future look like? How do we go about it? Because those are conversations that you parents are going to have. We'll ask Francis to break it down for us. We'll be right back here on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages with other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on the Friday Feast menu. Been at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Meeting your goal of having a healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to say Happy New Year and thank you to all of you for your continued support. We have just closed out another outstanding year, and we want to start 2023 off with a bang. The new GMC and Chevrolet inventory continues to roll in, and I'll actually be picking up my 2023 GMC later this month. So with interest rates continuing to climb, Coppell's partnering with General Motors and now offering 2.9% APR on select models. So we invite you to the dealership. Check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Decreasing cloud cover and increasing temps. This afternoon, we should be able to hit 25 for the high. A west-southwest wind at around 10. Mainly clear and cold tonight with a low down to around 9. And tomorrow, the warm-up continues. We should reach a high of around 35. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoor, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the movement. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits. Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture, fast-paced, with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sand.jobs.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Welcome back again. A special day. It was like, Jay, we got company. We got company today. Your fire starter is with us, Francis Reimers. And we were talking about that standard you set, that, you know what, 13 is kind of the space, 8th graders is kind of the space where when folks talk about social media and branding, you having to explain to parents what that is, you're being able to communicate that to young people of what that is, what the brand is. And the reason why brands matter to teenagers is money and college. And the fear for a lot of folks is that high school is next for NIL in a huge flood. What's your feeling, your gut feeling on that? So as somebody that could stand over everybody and go, okay, folks, if you're going to do this, first I need for you to know or think about what?
Well, first, let's dial it back. It's not a flood. It's barely a light drizzle.
Yeah.
So currently there's, I believe, 23 states that allow high school kids to profit from name, image, and likeness.
I want you to say that again because it's still going to resonate.
23 states. And interesting enough, not some of the states you would think. Florida does not allow.
Shocker.
Which you would think that would be a state that they would be about it, but they have stayed away from that. But 23 states have now allow high school kids to profit from their name, image, and likeness. And look, when, especially in Pennsylvania, where I do a lot of business, when they changed over their law at the beginning of the year, I got flooded with a lot of inquiries from parents being like, so what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nothing, just chill. The thing with NIL, and it doesn't matter if it's high school or college, this is not the flood that people thought. Don't believe the hype. This is
Thank you.
It's a much ado about nothing. And at the high school level, it's going to be hyper local. There is going to be this kid here, that kid there, that's going to get a national deal, a big sponsor that's going to come in. But really, it's going to be the mom and pop stuff right there in your local community that's going to be supporting these high school kids. What people have to realize is that I've been a marketer for 22 years, and this I know. Companies have to defy their marketing dollars. And the ROI is completely unknown on these high school kids and these college kids. A lot of companies, even companies who have given to collegiate athletes, have said that they did this just to try, that they didn't expect anything to come from it. And if anything does, it's gravy. And so people need to realize that if your child gets interest from a business, it's probably going to be a business just right down the street.
And somebody
Someone your insurance agent, the gym where your kid trains, maybe, if there's a local apparel line that knows your kid. That's where that money is going to come from. But I do have some parents that are hyper motivated, and they're beating the streets, getting out there and talking on behalf of their high school athlete, and they are getting $100 here, $300 there. And the thing I always encourage parents is, that's great if you're going out there doing this, that's fantastic. One, does the kid want this? Because if it's not authentic to them, if they're not feeling it, they're not going to fulfill the marketing bargain. They're not going to sell that product the way that the company would want to get the ROI that they need. So mom and dad, it's great for you that you have the vision, but if the child does not want that spotlight, if the child does not want this, you can't be a momager and force this square peg into a round hole. It's just, to me, it's just not good. Do what you want. It's your kid, but I'm not getting involved with it.
What about that's the glossy, shiny side.
Yep.
And there's the other side. AAU basketball,
yes,
inner city, big boy money,
yes,
in big boy spaces. And the tracking of it is a little more difficult.
Yes.
How would you
the tracking of it, to be quite blunt,
right?
The tracking of it at the collegiate level is better because most universities have a compliance portal where the student athletes have been told and shown where they need to put their deals through. Now, are there people putting deals together that aren't putting it through the portal? Of course. Are there student athletes that are being typical 17, 18, 19-year-olds and just forgetting to put this information through the portal? Of course. School and especially stuff that is happening. There's a lot more influx, especially in
Jay's
inner cities.
Uncle Blood.
Yeah. I mean, I have a call tomorrow morning with an AAU program in DC wanting to have my services. I already work with an AAU program in Pittsburgh. There's money flowing in and out of this. There's interest flowing in and out of this. And at the high school level, but in Pennsylvania, the student is required to report their deal to their high school athletic department. They're required to do that. If it happens to the AAU, that's not part of the school system. So if you don't, who's chasing after it? So it's a little bit gelatinous, but the thing is, the money is just not as big as people think it is. This is not Bronny out in California, at Sierra Canyon, and that kind of visibility and that kind of money. I don't care if you're playing AAU in DC. The money's just not flowing the same.
It's funny you mentioned that space, Bronny and Sierra, because there's a young man who was in that program who ended up in Nebraska, and the NIL portion of it is very interesting to follow. So I think when people start to talk about it, it's places like Nebraska who are trying to change their location in college basketball are going to have to deal with more of those situations.
Yes.
And it's going to, not everybody's built for it. Not everybody wired for it. Not everybody has a Jay Foreman that can look somebody in the eye and say, this is not cool. We need to do it another way.
Francis, I always say that your best NIL is obviously your performance. What do you think on that? I think that, being around enough athletes and being down, whereas like they think, hey, just because I say I'm an athlete, can you go get me $1 million deal? Do you ever advise people, hey, maybe you want to play better?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Your PFF rating went from 86 to 70 or to 60. I need a little bit more substance that I can go sell to said company. Can you speak on that?
I actually had a young man reach out to me and was like, why am I not getting this? Why am I not getting that? And I was like, because you play like shit. Like
there it is.
There it is. And your Instagram stories is picture after picture of your girlfriend.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody
Right.
wants that. So go play better and
Then-
give us better content.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't understand. Sponsors don't care about your girlfriend. Sponsors don't care about you leaning up against some car that you don't even own. Get out there and play better. Give me more rebounds, son.
Hit your free throws. Yeah.
But I always try to refocus parents and students all the time. Look, brand building first and foremost should be to get your butt to college, to make you visible so that your brand is right, so you get the scholarship and don't lose the scholarship. That's priority number one. Okay.
Yeah.
And if something additional comes because of that, fantastic. But your number one thing at all times is to make sure that you are presenting a human being that people want to know and people want to be around. Because guess what? Most people do not go on to play professional sports. I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever.
Or college.
Exactly. But at some point in time, I tell every kid, I'm like, some point in time, you're going to be sitting across the desk from somebody like me, a business owner who you need a job from. And the first thing I'm going to do is look up your content. And if your ass is hanging out in the pictures, if you're acting the fool, if you're saying inappropriate things, I own a branding company. I can't have somebody who's a liability to my brand. I don't care if you have 40,000 followers. If you're a liability, you're a liability, and I can't hire you.
I do. And that's another good place. We'll put a pin here. I want to go through the whole social media following thing and what it actually means, what the value is, because people don't know. Like, people have an idea, and we talked to some university folks today who I don't think quite understand it. So we'll break. Francis Reimers is here. Nick is here. Jay Foreman, the Hall of Famer, is here. I'm DP. We'll be right back for more Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 and thetickfm.com.
Having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Big Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-468-8118. Or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is Megan from the Nebraska golf team. If you put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses. And the best part, no matter what there's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West Oak Street.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated by a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sauter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dents and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and bed liners, body shop, and more. Services like that all in one place. Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years, residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmont beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Decreasing cloud cover and increasing temps. This afternoon, we should be able to hit 25 for the high. A west-southwest wind at around 10. Mainly clear and cold down to around 9. And tomorrow, the warm-up continues. We should reach a high of around 35. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's so funny. Now I'm really curious. Okay, text line, if you would help us. We were having the conversation about Nebraska Wesleyan University and who are their more famous alum. Who would we know? Who should we know from Nebraska Wesleyan?
Depends on who you ask.
Well,
I would put a vote in for Dr. Nathaniel Green. I hope he's listening.
So
that's my man. That's my main man.
Robert Reed.
No idea, but
Is
Nate
that
Green is
that Brady dad?
I had to ask y'all. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I have no idea.
It says 14 notable alumni of
BJ
Nebraska Wesleyan.
Guy Chamberlain's also on this list.
Guy Chamberlain is on. Yeah, right. Emily Kenny, who is a singer, songwriter. Okay, she's on The Walking Dead.
Kip Kissinger. He's a ref. He's one of the lead refs.
No, it's Robert Reed. It's time off. Robert Reed.
On like
I was just talking.
I was trying to.
I'm talking about like.
I'm trying to think of
I'm
one.
trying to think of people we would know.
One like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any. Like
Kip Kissinger and those guys won. I think they won the national championship.
Yeah, because they just won a natty a couple years ago.
3 years
for the
in
men's
basketball.
Yeah.
I found that out today as well.
Okay.
So
All
in that
right.
space. All right. We've got about 5 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. Because I think from a marketing standpoint, different universities and factions need different people.
Yes.
And to find out that there are folks that need Francis Reimers to come and help them figure out what their identity.
Everybody needs me.
What their identity
In
is.
my mind.
That's what it said on the internet. I can only go by what I'm told. I know when you go back east, they're like Eagles, Redskins, Commanders, Ravens, like they're all team Reimers fan club.
They are. Yes, they are. I
Francis,
take their checks happily.
what is your your youngest is 8th grade, so
Yeah.
14 years old.
Yeah.
What's your, I guess, most, we won't say oldest, we'll say most seasoned, right? How about that?
Most seasoned?
Yeah.
The most seasoned? God, I feel bad. I don't
Your
wanna,
oldest
I don't want to
client.
make my old head feel older.
Well, I didn't want to call them. I mean, some people have an issue with
I
this.
mean,
What's your
I guess
oldest client, I guess?
the most active elder statesman
Yeah.
on my so I currently work with Shane Graham, who kicked for the
Oh,
Bengals
yeah,
for
yeah, I know.
years.
Yeah. Sugar Shane.
Yeah,
that's my dude.
He's got a
Yeah.
company called Elite Winning Solutions, and he
Okay.
does
You were
kicking
teammates, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got
Virginia
his own
Tech.
little
Yeah.
Tech. He's got his whole little company going right now, and I've been helping him and doing his kicking.
Oh, so
and,
Shane's not an elder statesman. Shane's younger than me.
but he's my
Francis
hold on,
works.
Francis.
Francis works
What's
young.
your
I just want to
Hey,
say,
are you kidding
Dang.
me right now? I mean,
That's too bad.
What's
He's younger than
not
you.
electing a
He's
veteran.
younger than you, and he's their oldest.
That's my oldest because that's the sweet spot of guys wanting to spend their money. And once they get much older than that, they're trying to keep all their pennies in house. They ain't paying out.
Is that true, Jay?
Amen to that.
Is that true?
If there's a way for me to maximize off my brand, young man, I will definitely spend for it. Trust me. Nicholas.
From the text line, it says Hugh Hefner's parents are from Nebraska Wesleyan.
Oh, okay.
Bill Bush, Harold Bill Bush is
I
from
didn't know that.
Wesleyan. So yeah, there's some folks
The
from
peanut gallery over
yeah,
there.
Right,
Yeah.
Well, that's really
First words all show.
Coming
back.
strong.
We're
Coming-
back.
coming- Look, this is the nonsense
Francis,
this is why we broke these two up.
Francis,
because
this is why he was only. This is why
He was back for one
excommunicated.
show. And
He went from a little kid from Pius X, which is the Catholic school here, green, wet behind the ears, and we gave him an
when he went on
Ebonics
his
class.
first date,
We got him, we
had his first
showed
beer.
him how to dress himself.
We gave him the Ebonics 101.
Oh my god.
Then he went. Now he's going to the black barbershop over there, Burke's Barbershop, criticizing the barbers.
What he
And
says
then-
is true.
And then now he's coming back,
Oh my gosh.
disrespecting his elders.
You know, that high top fade will change your confidence,
Right?
man.
Oh,
You know,
you ever
The fate of the straight edge razor.
Have you ever seen the and then he got the face wash, he got the Tony Soprano. Now he really thinks he's the real deal.
Now
Now
he's
he's-
all lippy.
And now he's
all
got
lippy.
credentials, man. He's
Now-
legit.
and he's got
He's
credentials.
legit now. Like I could just walk in the building, man. He's like Wayne and Garth.
God forbid he's
he's
at a
just-
basketball game and I had mine on and I
Right.
get the text message. Oh, you just use your credentials to get into the game.
I was broadcasting the high school game last week, and I look across the gym. Gym, not just the row. Look across the gym. Jay's just sitting there with everybody else, just wearing his little blue badge. So he got in for no entry fee. And I go, man, you would.
All the autographs I had to sign, I couldn't have got on air.
This man is on a fixed income. Let him wear his badge.
Right.
Yeah, that alumni money.
That is not what you're old, with double ARP over here.
When you're hey, there's nothing against AARP.
There's nothing wrong with AARP.
Adam
Sandler was just on the cover of AARP magazine.
I'm the only one in this room that could talk AARP. Y'all leave me alone.
No, they've reduced the age of which you can enroll for your AARP membership.
I'm over the age. Let's just say that.
I know those hotel discounts are valuable.
They are.
Oh, I know. I know they are. I'm not being sarcastic.
Hey.
I used my dad's military ID long after I was no longer a dependent. I was milking the system for well into my 20s.
Dad loves it. He's thrilled with that. Okay, well, that's it for the first hour. Old School. We'll throw the break. We come back. Second hour, 5 o'clock. Frances Roberts is just going to stay here and hang with us and feed our brains. She's going to feed our souls as well. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
People first is more than a nice statement. At American Senior Benefit, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior insurance distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit ASBMidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 of Old School on a Tuesday. Again, thank you for hanging out with us, being a part of our day, and letting us be a part of yours. Greatly appreciate it. You can and have been active on the Sartor Heyman text line, 402-464-5685 if you have questions, comments, or other. We appreciate you guys filling us in for the stuff we do not know. Greatly appreciate it. You can follow us on the Sartor Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live, so you can see you in studio. Again, you've seen Jay and I. It's not a big deal. Francis is here. The cameras look better today. I just want to let you know. Jump on. Jay Foreman, Hall of Famer. Let them know about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese special ingredients and butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. In the butcher shop, they have their own spices, sauces, seafood, oddly enough, in Nebraska, and they have the Jake Sorensen Tomahawk.
The sorbet.
Strawberry sorbet too.
I had the lemon lime, and it's special.
Yeah,
it's special.
I know the new lingo for kids from obviously college and stuff is it's a vibe. But I always say that the Mercado, when you go into the butcher shop, yes, Nick, since you try to age me and stuff, hating over there, it's a vibe when you go in there. I love going in there.
If
it's a modern day non-MacGyver guys Home Depot, because I ain't fixing nothing, but I can fix some grub. Right, Nick? We even got Nick to season his meat.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wow.
started figuring it out.
Getting a white person to put seasoning on anything is like.
Hey, listen here. It's a modern day version.
National anthem when you got him to do it.
You seen Tim Brando dance? Right. Yeah, well, Nick, we got Nick on TikTok dancing and stuff like that. We got him doing the Ed Lover dance, so he's
my.
He's definitely brotherized.
Oh my!
I went through the initiation and now I'm here.
Yeah.
Better than ever.
And
Did
yeah.
you brand him?
He's got a girlfriend now.
Oh yeah.
He's got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, it all
Well,
works.
yeah,
It all.
we-
He's got a girlfriend
Yes,
now.
of course he's got a
then
girlfriend
we,
now.
then we
Works
had
out.
him sing "Pumps in the Bump,"
Yeah, yeah.
and then see that was like
all-
you know
all
when
of
you
them.
What did you karaoke to?
You
What
know
did
what-
you karaoke
Oh my
to?
you know like
God.
when
Get
you gotta
jiggy
go
with it,
over
Will
the
Smith.
line in the fraternity?
Yes.
That was it. That was his.
All right.
He did
That
a-
was his road trip moment.
Oh
This
He
is
did
it.
a live karaoke version of Getting
Yep.
Jiggy with It.
Yeah,
That is-
getting jiggy with
Oh.
it. Yeah, he
That's
did.
the,
Yeah.
That's the karaoke
That
song. If I go to
was
a bar,
the best song you could come up with.
That's
is
the one I
Getting
know the
Jiggy-
best. That's the rap I know the best.
Oh my god, that's the rap you know the best.
That's the one
That
from
is the
And
most
Will
Nick
Smith,
thing ever
and
said.
Will Smith is as hard as you can go.
Well, when he
Here I
rapped
am.
when he rapped the
I-
song,
I
every
enunciate too.
word was enunciated to perfection.
Of course.
Oh, he gave the
That's
Carlton
private
version.
Catholic education.
He gave
Yep.
the Carlton Banks
Hey.
version of everything.
But to his defense,
He
once
was
he
at
did
10
it,
and 2 the whole time.
Yeah,
oh,
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 absolutely.
In a phone booth.
Stay here.
Phone booth.
Stay here.
but
In a
once
phone
he
booth.
did it though, the text line I'll give him his props. The text line went nuts because he was actually pretty good.
Okay.
He practiced all weekend, came in ready to
Practice all
go.
weekend. That's adorable.
Left on Friday. Nick came back. He was
Canceled all the
Nicholas.
plans, ready to go on Monday.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
And then his
Did you
phone.
practice in front of the mirror?
No, I did not.
You're like, I'm
I
good
did
enough.
not.
I'm smart enough.
I didn't need it. I knew I was good enough deep down. So
Oh.
no matter what
cool.
He
the
left
text line
on
said.
Friday. He was
Okay.
Nick. Came back Monday. He was Nicholas.
MC such and such. He was.
Aw,
He had
that's
swag.
adorable.
Yeah.
Oh.
Start wearing some dunks.
We're okay.
So you knew you were getting
Yeah.
this today, right? You
Oh,
knew.
I knew. Well, when Austin,
no. We have a witness here.
Yep.
You ran your mouth like always. You didn't stay in
Yes.
your lane, so now we had to
Off
put you
mic.
back.
I did. I
So
did.
now,
Off
did.
mic.
so now we're back to regular business. The one
Yeah.
thing, Francis, I want to ask you,
Yes.
just take us through like the I guess the short or long version process of, say, college student contacts you, right, or
Mhm.
NFL player contacts you,
Mm-hmm.
and is it a one-step process to just kind of talk about how it goes, and then everybody's probably a relationship. What do you need out of it, obviously, and what they need out of it, and how it could be fruitful for both.
Yeah. So anytime, it doesn't matter if it's high school, college, pro, retired. If somebody calls me, I like to kind of sit and have a long chat with them. They might think it feels a little therapy-ish because I have to find out if this person, what's going on there. Are they wanting to change their brand because there's an emergency? Are they wanting to change their brand or build their brand because they think it's get rich quick? Do they have the support system around them to keep with this, stick to it? Because paying me, you better want to do this. Like, I'm not cheap. And if you're paying these bills, I want to sit and actually listen to what's going on with you. And if I give you a plan, if I say, okay, Jay, this is what you're telling me you want to do with yourself. Here's what I'm saying we need to do. Are you going to do it? Or were you just hoping that I would drive the car and you got to sit in the passenger seat and wave like the prom queen? Because that's not how brands work.
Right.
So I like to, first things first, it doesn't matter who the person is, where they are in their life. I like to sit and have a chat. If mom and dad are involved, are mom and dad really the ones that want to do this? Or is it the kid? Or is it a combination of the two? Are mom and dad, even though they're paying the bills, eventually going to become a big pain in my ass? Or is this going to be a collaborative effort in the best interest of the child?
Sure.
If the answer is yes, then let's move forward. So after I meet with them and I hear what they want to do, what they would like to do, what they think they're capable of, I sit down and I'm like, okay, you've said to me that you want to be in broadcast, you want to make some commercials, you want to be on a speaking tour. This is what we have to do. Your brand is here. I need it here. Your followers are here. We need them there. Let's start small. You got to walk before you run, especially if you were pro and you've been out of the spotlight for a minute. If you're not in a market where people know you, you're not part of the Hall of Fame, it's like a diesel engine. It's going to take a little bit to get back up to a speed where people are like, oh yeah, I remember that dude. Yeah. What's he all about? What's he up to? Some people don't have that. And so what's it going to take to get back? And so I create the plan and then we're off to the races from there. But it really starts, like, part of my job is, yes, I do marketing and public relations, but most of my job is teacher and therapist, because if you're a hot mess, I'm not putting you in front of a microphone or telling you to run wild on Twitter, because that doesn't look good for you. And it certainly doesn't bode well for me. So first things first, I kind of have to sit there and psychoanalyze you and what's around you before I'm like, okay, let's dance, and here's what I can do for you. But that's how every conversation with a client starts, because I have to figure out what it is they want, and I have to manage expectations straight away. Because some people think you put out one post, it's going to get viral and their life is going to blow up. I hope that for you. Mazel mazel if that happens, but it usually doesn't. And so we have to take things step by step, and I have to learn your temperament of where you're going to break in this if I don't make you a star in a matter of minutes. And so a lot of it is I kind of start with a psychoanalysis of you and the resources around you. And also, is your, do you have champagne taste on a beer budget? A lot of people come to me and they're like, I want a website, I want a video, I want social media tiles, I want a press tour, I want to write a book. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's $200,000. And they're like, oh, no, I have a nephew that can do this for $300. Well, y'all need to go and call that you need to go and call that nephew
and get the $300 worth.
Right, exactly. I'm like,
It works for 3 days. Yeah.
I'm like, look, yes, I understand there's people out there that have a nephew or a niece or their brother that can build them a website, make them a video, do all these things on the cheap. But I do things holistically, and I've been doing this for 22 years. If Ford and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and government agencies trust me, maybe you should listen to me for a hot minute. But listening to me is not inexpensive.
Sure.
So I'm a person that if you're coming to me because you've thought about it, you want it. Now, of course, I don't charge my high school clients the same I would somebody currently playing in the NFL. I have a sliding scale, but the conversation always starts the same.
Through all of this, lessons get learned.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a situation, without naming names, that taught you the most, the quickest? And okay, never do that again, Francis. Never ever do that again.
Yeah. I mean, this. So a lot of the lessons learned had nothing really to do with business, but more to do with my gender in this business.
That was my next question. It was to go in that space, because I know, look, you've got to throw more elbows and more hands than any man doing what you do.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell the story the way you want to tell it.
And the difficulty, the socialization of being a woman and a woman working in sports, I do have to throw more elbows and I do have to put up more attitude, but I'm not allowed to.
Well, because I can.
Everything has
the
to
bad
be
people
done.
can label you.
Yes.
Oh, she's that lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are a few people in the industry who think I'm that lady and they can pound sand. I don't care. I'm
Right.
still making money.
Right.
The reality is this, it is difficult because there's more often than not when I walk out of the room, I'm like, okay, was I allowed in that room for my looks, what somebody wants to get out of me, or because of my intelligence and my business acumen? And I'm certain most men don't walk out of a room wondering those things. They just walk out of the room and go on with their day. But I often, when somebody dials me up and wants to do business, I have to immediately be like, what is this? Are you trying to use my company as a backdoor to get a date? Or do you really want to do business? And that's part of the reason for the first conversation is a little bit of a psychoanalysis. What I often do, especially if a guy reaches out to me, I'll be like, please have your wife, girlfriend, baby mama, whoever, please join us on the call. That way everybody is aware that this is a business transaction. If I wanted you personally, you'd know.
Different conversation.
Different conversation.
Different conversation altogether.
Different conversation. And so I have a lot of male peers in this industry. They don't have to do that. When they send somebody a proposal, it's, oh, thanks for the proposal. Let me look at it. I'll get back to you. There's no chasing around the desk. And so the lesson I've learned time and time again is when I've gone into situations and my gut has been like, danger, Will Robinson, abort, abort.
Yeah.
And I didn't listen because I was like, no, they're cool. It's fine. It always. So like this past year, I'm not a big person on New Year's resolutions, but I was like, this year if the gut says danger, Will Robinson, we have to abort mission.
Have you turned down professional contracts because there was the personal concern?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And then that dismount may be more difficult than the long term would have been because you've got to be quick about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I've been involved in situations where I took on the job and then was either forced out because I'm not a dude, or I decided to walk away because it didn't feel right. And then as a business person, you have to make up that money. Like,
it's just you.
Yeah,
it's just
no one else
you
is paying the bills. It's me paying the
just you.
bills. And so, you immediately go into this tailspin of, okay, well, if I'm shutting down this contract because this guy is a creepador, now I got to make up that money somehow. And I need to start dialing for dollars. But that's the nature of the business. I know agents that do this, financial planners. It's the nature of the sports business, but it's much harder for women.
Do you find yourself selling the significant other?
Yes.
Much harder than you have to do the actual athlete?
Yes and no. Sometimes the majority of my current clients have significant others, and all of them have my phone number.
And that's probably why it works.
Yes. Yes. I have one client that his wife and I vacation together, and we're cool. Like, we're all one big happy family, and it works because she's like, that's Frances's job. And she's the first person that if somebody contacts her, she's like, that's Frances's job. And she'll hand it right over to me.
And you specialize and focus with football players.
Yes.
So that's a whole another different kind of male in this space that you have to deal with.
Uber ego.
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said
What
it.
you looking at, Nick?
Listen, I just glanced.
Yeah, I saw you.
But
I peeped you over there.
I think every sport, every athlete, there's ego. But honestly, I can say with all honesty, all of my clients are cool, nice dudes. Like, they're just doing the job, just like I do a job, just like y'all do a job. It's a job. They get in their trucks after the game and go home and change their kids' diapers and take out the trash and do all the same things that we do every day. They just happen to do their job in front of millions of people around the globe. And I treat my clients like they're just normal dudes. I talk to them like normal dudes. The second you start being like, oh, you cater.
I love how you just went. You're like, you couldn't even. Your body couldn't resist.
Like,
you had to become that person.
It's just like, oh, they're there. Like, no, I tell them like it is. Like, I have text clients and been like, if you don't stop this on Twitter, I'm gonna rip off your nuts. Like, I have these conversations because I'm telling them to be their authentic self and be out there and their authentic self for the world. I have to be my authentic self too. And I mean, obviously I haven't taken a poll of my clients, but I think the majority of them work with me because I get the job done and they're
better for it.
What you see is what you get. I don't turn into a different person in different spheres. This is it.
Most of
time.
the people who reach out to you need you. Like, they have a flaw, they have something that's missing, they have something that you can add to. And the quality people who get in that space go, okay, I've really got to be open to accepting whatever Frances brings to the table. And I can speak for me, and I'm pretty sure Jay would say this as well. The most difficult thing for us to learn is that it's okay to engage from that flaw to get better at the things you need to get better at. Like, that's the definition of long career veterans. And people who get better in this business is going, okay, I'm not good at this. I need help with it. Who's the best at helping me?
And my goal isn't to be right next to them all the time, everywhere. I know that I have done my job right when they can start doing this without me. My goal with every client is to get that client to the point where the training wheels can come off, and they only need me if they want press, or they, want to write a book and now we have to do a book tour, or they want to go on the speaker circuit and I need to be with them to deal with the press and everything as we go around the country. But day-to-day stuff, my goal with clients is always that we talk, we interact, and I teach to the point of where they fly on their own, because it's cost prohibitive to have me on the payroll forever. And I'm not designed to be on the payroll forever. I'm there for the big stuff. I'll teach you the little stuff and help you get up to speed, and you go. I will always step in if you mess up or there's an emergency or something like that. But content is best when it comes from the person. If it's manufactured, fans know. Fans know what you guys do in your content at this station, because you are an organization. It can be manufactured. It's better when it's straight from y'all, but from a person, it has to come from the person. It has to be who you are, what you're about. And so I'll teach them up to a point, and then I push them out the nest, and then they can come back to me if they want to start a foundation, because that's a big
another
endeavor.
thing.
That's a whole other endeavor in of itself. If they want to start a clothing line, if they want to go on a speaker circuit, I'm your girl for that stuff.
When you go through this, because so much of what athletes think about are the basic things that are fed in their space, but then you get into working camps, and there's so many moving parts.
Yes.
So if Jay Foreman is down at university, he's at the stadium, and there are those young athletes who want to ask him, hey, Jay, I want to do a camp. Well, Jay's done it, and he can kind of go through it. But there are things that you can add to that where together you and any athlete can be better at their camp. The product will be better. The narrative will be better. The messaging will be better. And then the brain game. How does that work? Because you've done some pretty big camps in the recent years.
Yeah. So, first things first is I like to sit down and what's the objective? Is it brand awareness? Are we driving donations? Or what's going on here? Why? Yes, you're having a camp because you love playing football and you love giving back to kids, but to what end? What else can we do here? Can we raise money for, a foundation? Can we bring awareness to a cause? Anything that helps you kind of get out of your own space. Or I know a lot of dudes, a lot of football guys that have had camps, but now they want to turn it into camps that these 4-star, 5-star kids want to come to, rather than the Nike camps and the 7-on-7s. And so some NFL guys are turning their free, day and you just get a t-shirt and a bag camp. They're trying to turn this into something that's attracting major talent and turning this into major scouting events. Because why? That turns it into a business entity and a moneymaker. And always I'm like, okay, how much money was raised last year? Oh, we got to triple that. I get it that you want to keep it free and you're just doing it for the love, but you paid 10 grand out of your pocket last year for this camp. Why? There's going to be someone who's paying for it. Let's figure out who, and it ain't going to be you. And so I like to sit down and find out, what's the objective? Are you just doing it for the love of the game? Or in the back of your mind, have you been wanting to turn this into something else? Is there a community objective? Is the camp really a conduit because you care about violence prevention? Okay, well, let's talk about it. Yes, the football players, you guys know the nuts and bolts, the X's and O's. You can get the coaches there and you can do the drills, but I create the larger messaging. I connect to the larger business community. I get the marketing and the PR around it and turn it into something that, yes, continues to be a feel-good, good thing for the community, but turns it into an actual business, which a lot of these guys, God bless them, they pay out of their own pocket year after year for these camps. And I'm like, why? You don't have to.
Yeah, I think that's, and that's another good pen. There are some league rules and suggestions for community service, and this is a way to meet and match that.
but also with college athletes who are going through it and going through NIL deals. They need a vehicle for it. There's a lot of that stuff in play. Francis, before we go to break, I'll ask you to let folks know who you are, how to find you on social media as well.
Yeah, so you can find me anytime, 24/7 at www.yourfirestarter.com, on Instagram at FirestarterCEO, on Twitter at YourFirestarter.
And we have shared that on our social media, so you can track it that way as well. We'll go to break, come back more with Francis here on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. It's been fun today. Francis Reimers, again, if you want to talk marketing, branding, you want to talk life, you want to talk wine, you want to talk karaoke songs. We haven't gotten into her singing yet. We will get into that shortly enough. But in the space, in this camp life that happens, so a lot of college athletes, a part of NIL, is running camps.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know. They're really trusting people who are about money rather than messaging in camp to do this. What would you suggest? Because I guarantee you we have athletes listening, we have parents of athletes listening, we have coaches listening, we have wives and significant others, and then we have business people who are going to help facilitate these camps.
Mm-hmm.
How can we simplify it for them? What message of hope do you give them? What guidance do you give them to shorten and say, at least consider not only the message, but this?
Well, it always goes back to what's the objective here. I always ask the athlete, what's the objective here? And how can we build from this? Because a lot of guys, and Jay knows this, he probably knows guys that if you're like, okay, what's the objective? They're like, well, I just want to have a camp. I just want to give back to the community. I try to peel back that onion a little bit more. And this is true with some college kids. Some college kids, they're like, I just want to get it, I just like working with kids. I want to do a camp, I want to use my NL money for that. But other kids, they're like, I want to give a camp. I want to have a camp directed at special needs kids because this means something to me. Okay, we can roll with this and build this out. And so I think for every athlete at every age, I just say, what's the objective? What are we trying to get out of it? Is this a one-time thing? Is this a multiple year thing? What are we trying to do? Like, for example, I have a high school athlete in Pittsburgh. She hosted a basketball camp this past year. The first thing I asked her father when he called me, I was like, is this a one-time thing? Or are we growing this? And he was like, no, we want this to be an annual thing. We want to build her brand around this camp. And I was like, let me speak to her. And she got on the line and I was like, is this what you want to do? And she was like, yes, absolutely. And she ran with it. We had it branded out. It was sold out in 15 minutes. And it was second.
This is somebody. This is somebody.
Yes. We had television stations down there to cover a camp for a high school girl. I mean, it was sold out.
This is Nebraska. I will whisper this to people so they understand. If Francis was here, you would run this space because there's nothing being done like it. There's not a Francis here.
Well, a lot of people, they do it. They do pieces of what I do and they don't realize it. There's a lot of there's a lot of sports parents that do a lot of these pieces, but they're doing it on the side. They're accountants and lawyers and teachers during the day. I say, hand that over to me. And
Mm-hmm.
I do it all day long. This is literally what I think of 24/7.
Yeah.
And so I love a parent that they want to get involved, that they want to do it, because it's great, because then not all of the weight is on my shoulders as the professional. It should be a team effort. Sports is teams, right? But yes, I mean, this high school girl, we got this camp together. She had a logo, we had t-shirts, we had signage, we sold out immediately. Camp went off without a hitch, was on TV, in the newspapers, and this is in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And it went like hotcakes. Now she has a website coming out. She's got TV stations wanting to talk to her. This is how brands grow and develop. Yes, is she a phenomenal athlete? Absolutely. But the fact that she wanted to do this, her parents were motivated to do it, and we struck while the iron was hot, and now it's really turning into something. Sponsors are lining up for this young lady, and it's a beautiful thing.
What's the real deal for people out there? The whole followers to, I guess, how, the reality of amount of followers, YouTube views, and all that stuff, how to like monetize it, right? Is that the question I'm asking?
Yep.
Yeah.
So sponsors, when it comes to your follower count,
Right.
sponsors are not exactly looking for how many followers. They want to know how many of your followers actually engage with you. Because it's one thing to be a siren once, because we all do it. We follow people and then we forget that we follow that
Right.
person. And they're sitting there on our Insta, and 8 months goes by and it's like, oh, I forgot I followed you. So it's one thing to get followers, which if you don't have any, that feels like a steep hill to climb. You get those followers. But really what sponsors are looking for is, do your followers follow you? Are you an evangelist? And can that company benefit from people evangelizing you? Meaning, so let's say, for example, you have 5,000 followers. That's nothing to sneeze at. 5,000 is respectable. But if you have 5,000 followers and only 2 of them like something you post, sponsors are going to be like, nah, hard pass. You have 5,000 followers and you got 4,000 of them that every time you post a picture, a video, whatever, they're like.
Right.
Or you're like, man, I love this meat shop. And here I am at the meat shop.
Right.
And the meat shop tells you 2 days later that because of this post, 10 people came in and they said, I saw Jay's post and I just had to have this rub for my meat.
Ribs or something. Yeah.
That's creating evangelists, and that's what sponsors want to see. So I always come back to people and I'm like, you can have 100 followers, but if all 100 of those followers go crazy every
Right.
time you post something, that's going to be a lot more appealing for monetization than somebody who's got 4,000 followers and ain't nobody
4
paying,
likes or something.
right?
Yeah.
And ain't nobody paying attention to a thing you're doing. They've muted you. They have forgotten that you are even part of their ecosystem. And so it's really about creating content consistently, and content that people who follow you are like, damn, that's awesome. I want to live that life. I want that product. I want to know that person. Especially for all of us here in this room, our business is visibility. Our business is what we're doing right now. For those of you listening out there, if you're in real estate, if you're in sales, if you own a business, if you're a doctor, you're in the same seat as the 4 of us sitting in this room right now. Your best asset is the kind of content you can create that the people in your target market are like, I want to be part of that. And so you can have 1,000 followers, but if your 1,000 followers are buying every time you go to the corner family restaurant, you're there and people are lining up to be there with you, that's the stuff that people want to see.
Nebraska athletics has its own Twitterverse.
Mm-hmm.
Its own, like Husker Twitter.
Oh,
like
yes.
you talk about Black Twitter. Husker Twitter is his
I
own.
love Black Twitter.
Oh yeah. Well, I am so amused by Husker Twitter. So I'm into Husker Twitter the way you're into Black Twitter. But I pay attention to it and the way they rally. Like
Yeah.
I'm interested. So if somebody says in this space that there's an athlete from Atlanta, Georgia,
Mhm.
who's wanted and desired and craved, and they're considering Nebraska,
Mhm.
this fan base will rally
Oh yeah.
to that social media.
Yes.
But I always wonder about the other side.
It gets ugly.
Right? Because, oh my goodness gracious, this is a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's still a little weird to me that you're going to, first of all, I get the support and celebration of the young person.
Yes.
But then don't turn and go psycho on the young person, because you as a grown-up are far too tied up into their advancement.
Well, the terrible grown-up behavior is what has led to the rise of the "please respect my decision."
Mm-hmm.
The fact that
Amen.
young children
Amen.
are having to tell grown adults not to come at them because they decided to go to Duke instead of UNC.
Mm-hmm.
It to me, as just an adult woman, let alone a parent, is vile. Like, that's a child. Some of them can't even vote.
It is a
Like,
battle.
that is
It
a
is
child.
a battle. Like, it is a battle for
And
me.
you're gonna come at them like they are a grown person that owes you money. They don't owe you anything, and you need to step the F off. Like, but that has given rise to the "please respect my decision." That has given rise to these terrible statements that are written in 0.0 font that we see on Twitter every day from kids. I'm like, I don't need to know
why
that you've decided to enter the transfer portal. Go with God, my child. Enter the transfer portal. I do not need a statement about
Like, that
it.
should be the response.
Like,
That should be the response. Go with God,
go
young
with
man.
God, my child. Like, I don't need a statement. But the sad thing is as much as those statements and the terrible graphic design often around them that I loathe on a daily basis, but the reason this is what it is, and even coaches too, having to make statements that they've left, Bishop Ireton High School to go coach at the Catholic high school across town. I'm like, my man, I don't care.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
And
Let
have
them
a winning season. Good for you.
Well, it's always the funny thing, because and in those statements, the truth is never told.
No, of
The
course
truth
not.
is never told. Like, the teenager's not going to go, you know what? Y'all have a terrible coach over there. He is a bad human being. And he can't say it because it's not good for him. And the coach who left and said, well, listen, quite frankly, some of you fans make me want to run away from home.
Yeah.
Or how about this? How about this? How about the people that just called me, offered me twice the money the people I was working for?
Yes. I mean, the truth is never, there's always the gray, right? And as a publicist, I write in the gray every day. But just the mere fact that these statements have to be made, and not for ego of the person making the statement. They're making the statement because they don't want to deal with the crazies on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't say something and you quietly drift off into the night of whatever you're doing, people jumping in your DMs then.
If
and
you
wanting
jump
to know
in
your
the DM
business.
of,
Oh my gosh, what people say in my DMs.
I
you
would
guys.
love.
Oh.
You know what? I kind of want to offer this in jest, but in reality, like, really just go, okay, Francis, send us your DMs and we'll mark out names and feeds, but just to be able to read what people send you, I know what I get. Oh boy. Like,
It's sometimes sometimes it's completely nonsensical. It's like, did you mean to, like, one dude I wrote back, I was like, did you mean to send this to me? Like, I don't even think I'm the intended target of this rant. And just some of it is so unhinged. And so imagine if you are a 17-year-old
Just
kid.
chilling.
Like, I'm 43-year-old woman. What you bring at me, I can handle.
Yeah.
But 17 and people are in your DMs mad because you decided to go to Wyoming instead of Colorado, or vice versa. It happens all the time.
And somebody
people
that-
the fandom is a double-edged sword.
Well, you know, fans short for fanatic, so
Yes.
that's what people don't understand.
Yes.
One thing I wanted to ask you quick before we go to break. I talk about it all the time, and people look at me like I'm crazy. Do you sense, being a marketer, whether it's high school kids, I always say high school kids, if they're good, probably have been interviewed and more pictures taken than I ever did being you know,
you got a snippet in the
right,
sports page in the
right,
newspaper,
yeah,
and
so
that was a big deal.
their idea of the reality of the world is a little different. Do you find that the modern athlete in some ways can be addicted to everything besides the sport? You know, like the Twitter followers, the well, I guess the good DMs, the good retweets, you know, because we've seen it around here where, you know, a guy, quite frankly, would go out and play like garbage, but then, you know, he's like, oh man, we grinded today. No, you didn't. You actually played horrible.
You ground yourself
But
into the ground.
you got 5,000 people was like, I'll get them next week. So it's kind of like they're binky.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I have talked about this publicly before, where I feel sometimes our phones have become our Linus blanket, and that we're getting a little too emotionally dependent. All of us, not just kids, but all of us.
Right.
But yes, I've had coaches reach out to me and be like, can you send XYZ kid a DM and just be like, rein it in. You're focusing a little too much on the social media and not enough on getting plays. Because yeah, there's some, and this is where I turn to parents, caregivers, mentors. It still takes a village to raise a child. I don't care, black, white, rural, city. It takes a village.
It might take a city now.
Right, exactly.
State.
And I tell parents all the time, if you're constantly here on your phone and worried about yourself and your brand and your image, what message are you sending to your child? We need to create that balance.
Well, it's a statement of what's important, the thing in your hand or the person talking to.
Right.
And it's
but a lot of, and I feel, and this goes back to the psychology, right? I feel a lot of these kids that are spending too much on their content and not on the sport, especially if they're playing like garbage,
right,
they don't really have people around them keeping them centered. And that's what I worry about, because what's going to happen when they're no longer in organized sports?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
And they don't have those people around them. I fear for that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be catastrophic, but I do think it's important that coaches, administrators, parents, mentors, church members help keep these young men and women, because we're giving them adult business responsibilities, but we have to remember that for some of them, the id has not surpassed the ego yet.
Yeah. And they're not fully formed either.
Correct.
Like they're not.
And we have to create that nest, just like, you know, we tell kids, you know, stay on your studies, you know, mind your P's and Q's. This is just one more parental rearing thing.
Yeah, roadblock.
Right. And you just have to keep them focused on what's important, because guess what? If you're not playing, you kicked off the team, that social media really ain't going to mean much.
They are not going to show up.
So keep it focused. Keep it focused.
We'll go to break. Final break coming up. We'll close out with Francis Reimers, and then we will hand it over to Ticket Weeknight. We've got a full show. Big brother, big sister of Lincoln will take us through. Then Kyle Perry of Husker Baseball. They're 3 weeks out, so we'll talk about that. And then following that, Rocky Russo, Lincoln Stars, will take us through the evening. Lots coming up here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. It's basketball season, and that means you're fighting cold weather and snow to get to the arena, waiting for lines at the game, and yelling too much at the refs. Trek CBD has a variety of products to help calm me down during the game so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options to calm you down before, during, and after any game. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Trek CBD has it all at 84th and Andrew. Trek CBD done right.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs, because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Back to old school with DP and J.
Well, if you're feeling all right and you think you're on, somebody let me know. Well, everybody in the place put a whistle in your face, screaming out and say, yo, yeah.
It's always a better day once I hear kazoos. Like I like kazoos. Some people need cowbell. I prefer kazoos, and this is my college dorm room jam. Like this is literally this was in the space. Francis Reimers has been here, and I want to thank you, because unique and authentic content is rare in this space. Sometimes it's just meathead talk, and sometimes you can get caught up in it because it's easy to do in this space. But you came in and changed the vacuum. You changed the space. Everybody here is smarter and more informed about this business that we care about, and I appreciate, because look, I get the text, hey, I'm going to be in town. Get in here. Get in here. Thank you. Let the folks know once again what it is you do, your company, how to find you, how to track, and how to reach out.
My company is Firestarter, and you can find me at www.yourfirestarter.com, on Twitter at YourFirestarter, and on Instagram at FirestarterCEO.
There's so much in space. Now, how long are you in Nebraska?
So I'm here till Thursday morning.
Okay, and then meetings along the way.
Yep,
you're just
meetings tomorrow in Omaha, and then back to the DC area.
My next trip back. I've got to go back and deal with the alumni there.
Yes.
So I'm going to go back. Old Town sometime.
Yeah, if I'm there.
Well, yeah, that's the other part. Is the last 3 times I've been back there, you've been gone.
I've been gone.
So that I've been paying attention. But yes, we will get you, and then I will connect you with one of the more famous Wyoming alums, because Tony McGee is there in DC.
Yeah.
And you two together would be magic.
Yeah, I can't believe we live right down the street from each other and never have met,
yeah.
never crossed paths.
Oh, he and then we'll get together with Gary and the crew and as well. But I've said this on air here, even when you were done. I'm a fan of what you do and how you do it.
Thank you.
And not everybody has the build or makeup or the foundation to do what you do, because being, a badass woman in this space is tough. It is tough. And the way you handle it is ultimate elite professional.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bravo to you. Folks, follow her. Go find her on social media. Reach out. If you've got a student athlete or you're a former athlete and you want to elevate yourself and how you're presented, find Frances Reimers. Go do that. You'll feel better for it. Don't go anywhere. Harrison Orange will take us through the next hour, and then Kyle Perry from the Husker baseball team, Rocky Russo, head coach Rocky Russo of the Lincoln Stars, Inside the Box from 8 to 9, and then some more goodies throughout the course of the evening. It has been my pleasure. Frances, thank you again.
Thank you.
Nick, thank you for standing in, my young sir. You are appreciated. Don't go anywhere. More on 93.7 The Ticket, The Ticket FM, and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado